Disclaimer, the comments made in this video are intended for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to offend anyone.
I'm woke now, and I can prove it. Here you go. I love illegal immigrants. Yeah, sue me now. Sometimes I go down to Dover for the day, right? And I look out, right? I look for a boat, and I see a dinghy with about 60 of them, and I go over here, like, right? And I pull them into shore, and I go, women and children first. They go, there are no women and children. Just you lads, is it? Just come on, lads. Come on, lads. If I go down there one day and there's no boat, I am absolutely gutted. I just sort of wander into town, and I stand by the traffic lights, and I wait for a big lorry to pull up, right? And I look underneath, and there's a lad sort of clutching like that. And I go, where you headed? And he goes, Gary Lineker's house. I go, it's just down there.
He proudly announces his love for illegal immigrants, then acts it out in the most absurd way possible. By taking woke virtue signaling to its logical extreme, he exposes how fake and performative it really is. When ideology turns into theater, comedy barely has to try.
And we all went backstage and was just drinking and talking, laughing, and Daphne stole the room. She had everyone cracking up, spinning the yarn, telling us all these crazy stories about what she be into. We all laughing real hard, and then she's telling us, and everyone's laughing. I'm looking around, I'm like, oh my God, she is funny. I pulled her aside, I said, you're hilarious. I didn't know that when you were on stage. I said, you're doing some things wrong, but I can help you. I said, anytime I'm in San Francisco, why don't you open the show for me, and I'll just try to give you some pointers, see if you can't work this thing out. And she said, are you serious? I was like, yeah. And she grabbed me real tight, hugged me, squeezed me. And I pushed her all violently because I'm transphobic. I said, boundaries. When Sticks and Stones came out, a lot of people in the trans community were furious with me, and apparently they dragged me on Twitter. I don't give a f***, because Twitter's not a real place.
He talks about a friend who owned the room with talent, not labels, while woke culture quietly scans for something to be offended by. One joke lands, Twitter melts down on schedule, and he reminds everyone that online mobs are loud, not real, and definitely not in charge.
Gender athletes, I don't understand that, you know? I understand it if, you want to switch around, I don't give a shit, but I'm a sports fan. That's a really new concept to me, that you can be a dude, right? Ranked 80th in the world, you have your cut off, you put on a sports bra, and now you're the #1 tennis player in the world just coming out there.
Situation Burr describes shows how complicated athletics can get when categories change. It's an example of how cultural shifts can create unexpected tension in arenas that were once straightforward. Right after that, Bill spots the triggered crowd, the hashtags loading, and male feminists desperately rewriting their resumes.
Look, I'm sure that there's some feminists in the crowd right now not appreciating this joke, feeling triggered, feeling like they need to put out a hashtag or some and be brave and speak out. You know what? You're full of People are so scared now. You have the male feminist. Like, where the did that come from? Just out of nowhere. Last couple years, I'm a male feminist. I've always championed women. No, you haven't. You haven't. This came out and you're scared. You did something. You grabbed some. What the did you do? I'm a male feminist. I totally see the way you see the fucking world. It's impossible as a man who was raised right. To be a feminist. You can't do it. You're a man.
This is classic hypocrisy. White men claiming feminism after a lifetime of, well, the usual. Burr calls out the performative stuff, hashtags, speeches, and moral posturing replacing real effort. It's the kind of moral theater that makes people roll their eyes.
Another theme of the show has been words change and I'm woke, haha. But here's the irony. I think I am woke, but I think that word has changed. I think if woke still means what it used to mean, that you're aware of your own privilege, you try and maximize equality, minimize oppression, be anti-racist, sexist, anti-homophobic. Yes, I'm definitely woke. If woke now means being a puritanical, authoritarian bully who gets people fired for an honest opinion or even then no, I'm not woke. That. But here's the deal. To each their own, laugh at whatever you find funny. All laughter's good and you're amazing. Good night.
Then he draws the line. If woke now means punishing people for facts and honest opinions, he wants no part of it. The crowd roars because clarity beats censorship every time. Here we have a classic flip. Dave Chappelle points out how woke kindness works right up until it costs something.
You know what I learned about liberal white people? Liberal white people let black people do whatever they want until you buy most of their town. Oh, they frowned on that. Them whites got real suspicious, but you know what? I don't blame them. Because, no, for real, because look, if I was white and the people in this town were black, you know what they'd say? They would say I was gentrifying the town. But there's no word for what I'm doing to these people.
The crowd laughs because the double standard is obvious. Support is loud, smiles are wide, then ownership enters the chat and suddenly woke people gets nervous. No rant, no anger, just irony exposing how selective woke approval really is.
I gotta tell you, the way white women somehow hijack the woke movement, generals around the world should be analyzing this. The woke movement was supposed to be about people of color, and it was about that for about 8 seconds. And then somehow, white women swung their Gucci-booted feet over the fence of oppression and stuck themselves at the front of the line. My leg is so hard, with my SUV and my heated seats. You have no idea what it's like to be me. Trash and white guys. The nerve. Where's the camera? The nerve of you white women. You guys stood by us toxic white males through centuries of our crimes against humanity, and occasionally when you wanted to sneak off and hook up with a black dude, if you got caught, you said it wasn't consensual. Yeah, that's what you did. So why don't you shut up, sit down next to me, and take your talking to?
Leave it to Bill to notice the ultimate power move. Hijacking social justice while wearing designer shoes. White women took woke, flipped it, and strutted across history's oppression with style. Apparently, centuries of standing on the sidelines haven't slowed them down. They just learned to post about it.
College kids used to party, right? Cruise ships used to be boring. Old people who are conservative, they're not gonna laugh. College kids used to, everything has changed. Now the cruise ship people are like, make me laugh, I'm ready, yeah! And college kids are like, I'm ready to protest, I just don't know why yet. Should we protest now or wait till later? They're ready, they don't even know what to, they have the sign ready, they're just, what are we writing on this today? Chick-fil-A? Are we doing Chick-fil-A? Are we protesting Top Gun? What should we protest? We gotta protest something. They don't have fun. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So here's what happened. I get to the college, and the student advisor is the lady in charge. She goes, just so you know, we did not have a good experience with our last comedian, and we want to make sure that you understand this is the student safe space. This is, yeah, we don't want to trigger them. So all we ask is you don't talk about race, religion, politics, gender, sexuality, and don't make direct eye contact with them. Other than that, say whatever you want. We're really big into freedom of speech on this campus. I'm like, are you though? Really? Are you?
Why do people with no sense of humor go to comedy shows?
I thought I was liberal until I moved out here. And then there's just like this psycho extra level of liberal where it's just like they are as insane as some of the craziest people on like a right-wing thing. Like they're just totally extremists. And I find there's a lot of bullying out here, just as much labeling, but they're patting themselves on the back because they feel like the way they think everything should be is so right because they live near an ocean. It depends on the situation. I'm a big believer in helping out people that need help, but I'm also a big believer at some point you gotta like quit your whining and you gotta because nobody gives a fuck about you or your dream.
Right.
Okay? that it's up to you to care about it. So you have at the end of the day, you got to make shit happen. They're only going to push you behind the bicycle for so long to make sure you don't tip over. So, and the art of it is when to apply it, which I'm not saying I know how to do, but like there's sometimes I'm really empathetic, and then there's other times it's like, oh, well,
Bill Burr nails the absurdity of extremism no matter the coast. His ability to point out bullying, labeling, and ocean-adjacent moral superiority is sharp and hilarious. He makes you laugh while realizing some people really do take ideology way too seriously. Next is my favorite, as Dave Chappelle starts by playing nice, just long enough to let woke guards relax.
I would support anybody's right to be whoever they feel like they are inside. I'm your ally in that. However, my question is, to what degree do I have to participate in your self-image? Is it fair that I have to change my whole pronoun game up for this?
Then he asks one fair question, and the whole pronoun rule book falls apart. The crowd laughs because it is obvious. Woke culture hates this part, when agreement still comes with limits.
That was the best of a bad situation. I give credit where credit is due. I'm probably the most pro-anti-Trump comic out there.
You're not.
Shut the fuck up!
No, shut the fuck up. As a white guy trying to talk for black people.
I'm not.
Bitch, no, you're not.
Yes, I wasn't.
No, you were.
You just tuned in.
Trying to.
Well,
you were trying to.
For what? What are you upset about? It's not me.
No, and shut up. Any black person ever try to laugh at his fucking jokes? No.
Stop having fun, motherfuckers!
Go ahead, yeah. Stop having fun.
Can we get her an Adderall or something?
Wow. Are you serious?
Yeah, no, that's what happens.
No, you're white, trying to like talk about. No, and you.
My probation officer is here now. I don't know who the fuck you're mad at, but it's not me.
No, a white person trying to make fun of black people.
See, now you're crying, and I was just trying to make you laugh.
No, don't do that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Now I'm gonna make fun. I was trying to be empathetic.
It wasn't funny.
It was not.
No. I don't care. You trying to like laugh at that shit.
How dare I at a comedy club? She came here for a TED Talk. Everybody knows you go to the basement for political opinion. I don't even know what he's saying, but it's just shit sounds tense.
You a bitch.
Why do you think I'm doing this for a living? You think I was a football player? I'm a bitch, god damn it. There's nothing you can say to me I haven't said 6 inches from the mirror. You're the first name going in my suicide note tonight. Have a good night, Kamala Harris. Now's the time I need you on my side.
No, that was the most racist joke ever.
No, I got like 4 more in the chamber.
Will somebody please give Kamala Harris's cousin a hug? Tell her to stay woke and woker. Just give it the passage of time.
There's a new type of comedy at the moment called woke comedy, right? No, it's very progressive, you know. There are some clubs now where the comedian has to sign a thing saying he won't say anything contentious or he won't say anything that could offend anyone. It's a safe space for the audience. Woke comedy. And I tried to watch a bit of it and I decided I'd rather watch Louis C.K. masturbate.
He lists the rules, the safe spaces, and the fear of offense. Then he delivers one brutal comparison. The crowd laughs because comedy without risk is not comedy at all.
You know what's funny is white liberals are the ones that gave the definition of woke to whites on the right. So they don't, no white people really understand, it seems, what that word really meant when they took it from black people. So people on the right just think it means an insufferable, self-involved liberal douche. And they're not wrong if they're talking about a white person. Right. Running around crying about their pronouns is like the sun is like lighting the planet on fire. See, look how scared you are about pronouns. It's unbelievable.
They like when you talk
Meanwhile,
about
the rest of the world doesn't want to take our food because they see what we look like. They don't want our beautiful chicken. They don't want our beautiful beef. Yeah, why is that? Why would you think?
It is just always the
Go
best.
to Europe and if you can, eat a tomato and see what it really is supposed to taste like. This is a tomato?
That's a good advice.
Oh my
See the
God.
world. Hey, congrats again on the show.
I thought it was supposed to taste like Xerox paper.
Bill highlights the perfect hypocrisy. The word woke was hijacked by white liberals, then thrown into right-wing purgatory. And yes, the right is correct to roll their eyes. Between the climate panic and pronoun obsession, nobody's asking for chicken or beef anymore, but hey, at least hashtag survive.
I've seen an uptick in comedians recently, in the past year, be a lot more bold with not being afraid of woke culture. I think actually Chappelle was one who really pushed the needle here.
Yeah.
Where he did not back down from the transgenderism issues. They tried to cancel him multiple times, you know, and Chappelle's like, come at me, you know.
Yeah.
And
To the transgender community, I am more than willing to give you an audience, but you will not summon me. I am not bending to anybody's demands. And you can judge for yourself, but you cannot have this conversation and exclude my voice from it. That is only fair. You have to answer the question, am I canceled or not? Then let's go. Thank you very much and good night.
Woke culture tries the cancel chant, and he answers with calm confidence. The crowd roars because backbone still matters. No begging, no retreat, just a simple question turned back on the mob. Turns out cancel power fades fast when someone refuses to kneel.
If you called the mall police, it would be more believable? Why? What? Yeah, I think we're all confused. I think we're all equally. I think we all were more. We even knew more what was going on when she pulled out the baggie of pumpkin seeds. I think that compared to this, that was a moment of clarity for us. It's okay because
I bought your hat.
I might buy it back from you, actually.
Hey, let me see the hat.
No. Let me give you a piece of advice. Okay. Yeah, let me give you a piece of advice.
No, please don't.
People in this room are very not happy with what's going on right now. And you didn't know that until they clapped. But I knew that because I'm from the future. I already foresee an instance where this just keeps going back and forth, and every time I'm trying to do a joke, you say something, and you're very supportive. Obviously, you're a fan.
Comedian roasting woke people live could be a new business model. This is entertainment for me. Then Bill tackles the wage gap debate by asking the one question nobody wants to answer. Who stays behind when everything is on fire?
Really into women's issues. So we used to always have these dumb arguments. So one time she came up to me and she goes, okay, explain this to me, Bill. Why does a guy make more an hour to do the exact same job, huh? I go, I'll tell you why. Because in the unlikely event that we're both on a Titanic and it starts to sink, for some f***ed up reason, you get to leave with the kids and I have to stay. No, think about it. If there's a house fire, it's always women and children first. I got to stand there with the back of my shirt on fire going, let's go, people, let's go, let's go. You hear a bump in the night, I got to go check it out yes, he does have a knife. Anytime there's a hostage situation, who do they negotiate for first? Well, at least let the women and children go. Well, what about me? Bullets hurt me too. Why the f do I gotta stay in the vault? Where are all the feminists in those situations? You know what I mean? You can't find them. There are no feminists in a house fire. That's a guarantee. You could take the most hardcore feminist, some chick right in your face, he's shoving his little short little haircut, the whole 9 yards, right? Second those flames break out, she's gonna twist those little hairs into pigtails.
Bill Burr uses bold hypotheticals to highlight a simple truth. Risk often comes with responsibility and compensation. Men may get higher pay not because of sexism alone, but because historically they were expected to literally take the heat. It's messy logic, but that's how reality works.
I'm gonna be nice tonight. I've changed. Not as much as Bruce Jenner, obviously. Now Caitlyn Jenner, of course. What a year she's had. She became a role model for trans people everywhere, showing great bravery in breaking down barriers and destroying stereotypes. She didn't do a lot for women drivers, but you can't have everything, can you? Not at the same time.
seconds. He praises bravery, waits for the applause, then drops the joke everyone was told not to laugh at. The room gasps, then laughs anyway. Woke rules say comedy needs permission. Ricky reminds them it never did. Here we have Chris Rock saying the quiet part out loud while woke outrage scrambles for cover.
Like, what's this girl, Meghan Markle? Just complaining. I was like, didn't she hit the light skin lottery? Acting all dumb like no nothing. I had no idea how racist they were. It's the royal family. They're the original racists. Some of that shit she went through was not racism. They wanted to know how brown the baby was gonna be. I'm like, that's not racist. Because even black people want to know how brown the baby gonna be. We check behind them ears. That's a scientific test. Black girl trying to be accepted by her white in-laws, it's so hard. It's very hard. But it ain't as hard as a white girl trying to be accepted by her black in-laws. Shit, you bring a white girl home for Thanksgiving, your mama gonna say something. Your mama's like, why is there a social worker at the table? Like, mama, that's Jackie. We've been married 9 years.
He cuts through the victim narrative with common sense, and the room loses it because everyone recognizes real life in the joke. Woke culture hates this kind of honesty, especially when the audience agrees before Twitter can object.
Pro-choice always made sense to me because I don't like people telling me what to do. And I always just like, it's your body. Who the fuck am I to tell you what to do with your body? So that always made sense, all right? However, I still think you're killing a baby. See? That's where it gets weird. It's not a baby yet. That's what they say, which may or may not be true. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But I'll tell you, my gut tells me that doesn't make sense. It's not a baby yet. That would be like if I was making a cake and I poured some batter in a pan and I put it in the oven, and then 5 minutes later you came by and you grabbed the pan, you threw it across the floor, and I went, what the f*** ruined my birthday cake? And then you were like, well, that wasn't a cake yet. It's like, well, it would have been. You didn't do what you just did. There would have been a cake in 50 minutes. Something happened to that cake, you cake murdering son of a... Right?
The cake example is perfect. That's exactly how many right-wing people approach this issue. They won't stop you, but they won't pretend it's fine either. It's an uncomfortable truth wrapped in a simple analogy.